What if I told you your hens didn't get sick, and they didn't get old, and they didn't stop laying for the reason you think? What if the empty nesting box has nothing to do with bad luck or a bad batch of birds, and everything to do with one simple thing you can fix this week? Here's the thing. You've been out there twice a day. You lift the lid. Nothing. Again. And it stings, because you already dropped $30 on a laying booster from the feed store that did absolutely nothing. Maybe you added some fancy pellets on top of that. Still nothing. Just you, an empty hand, and a hen who looks at you like everything's fine. So let me tell you the truth. 9 times out of 10, the fix isn't in a bag. It's already sitting in your coop, or it's in your kitchen right now, and it costs you next to nothing. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Come on, is that real? Stick with me for 1 minute and I'll show you why she really quit, and how to turn her back on. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Emily Boone, your backyard poultry vet, and in all my years looking after backyard flocks, why did my girls stop laying is the #1 question keepers bring me. Number 1, it's not even close. So today, we're going to fix it for good. Think of this as a little masterclass on getting your eggs back. So do me a favor, go grab a pen and something to write on. I mean it. Because we're going to walk through the 4 real reasons hens quit laying, and we're going in order. From the most common one, all the way down to the sneaky one almost nobody checks. Light, feathers, calcium, and the freeloaders you can't even see. By the end, you'll know exactly which one is yours, and the cheap fix for each. Let's get into it. Okay, reason number 1, and this is the big one. This is your girl's little light switch. Here's what most folks don't know. A hen doesn't lay eggs on a schedule you set. She lays on a schedule the sun sets. There's a tiny gland behind her eye, and it reacts to light. When the days are long, that gland says, "Go, make eggs," and she needs a lot of light for it. Somewhere around 14 to 16 hours a day to keep the eggs coming. So watch what happens at the end of summer. The days start getting shorter, a few minutes at a time. You don't really notice it, but she does. That gland behind her eye notices every minute. And the day the light drops too low, that switch just flips off. No warning. No sick bird. Nothing wrong with her at all. She's just doing exactly what nature built her to do. That's why this drives keepers crazy. You go looking for a problem and there isn't one. It's not personal. It's daylight. So here's the fix, and it costs you a couple of dollars. Get 1 small LED bulb and a cheap plug-in timer. You're going to set that timer to click the light on early in the morning, before the sun's up, so the total daytime she sees adds back up to about 14 hours. And here's a little trick most people get wrong. Add the light in the morning, not at night. Why? Because if you kill the light suddenly at night, she's stuck in the dark, right where she is, and she can't find her perch. Add it in the morning instead, and she still gets to settle down naturally when the real sun goes down in the evening. Now, my vet warning on this one, because it matters. Do not run that light 24 hours a day. I know it's tempting. More light, more eggs, right? Wrong. Your girls need real darkness to rest. No rest means a stressed hen, and a stressed hen lays worse, not better. So put it on a timer and let her sleep. And please, please hear me on this part. Use a low, small LED bulb, not a heat lamp, I'm begging you. Heat lamps are the #1 cause of coop fires every single winter. Every year I hear the stories, and they break my heart. A little LED gives her all the light she needs, and it'll never burn your coop down. Oh, and one more thing. If you've got some older girls and you'd rather just let them rest through the winter, that's completely fine. That's a real healthy choice. Nobody says you have to push eggs all year. You do what's right for your flock. All right, so say you've checked the light. The days are still long, plenty of sun, and she's still not giving you a thing. And you're noticing feathers. Feathers on the ground, feathers in the coop, maybe a bald patch or two. Well, my friend, that's a completely different animal. Let me show you. Let me pause for just a moment. If your hens have been giving you trouble lately, and you are not quite sure what to do about it, I would like to tell you about something that can help. I have gathered everything I know about keeping a healthy, happy flock into one simple guide called Happy Hens Healthy Flock. It shows you the natural way to stop mites, get more eggs, and keep your birds well, without those expensive vet bills. Every remedy and every step is explained in plain, easy language. You will find the link just below this video, or you can scan the code here on your screen. Now, let us get back to it. Reason number 2, the great protein drain. Also known as the molt. Here's what's happening. Once a year, every hen drops her old feathers and grows a whole new coat. And here's the part that matters. Feathers are almost pure protein. About 85% protein, if you want the number. That's a huge job for her little body. So to build all those new feathers, she has to pull protein from somewhere. And guess where it comes from? The egg factory. Her body basically says, we can make feathers, or we can make eggs. Not both. So she pauses the eggs. And that's normal. I want you to hear that. A molting hen is a healthy hen. It's not a sickness. It's a season. But it can drag on for weeks, and I know that's frustrating when your egg basket's empty. So here's how you help her through it faster. And it's cheap. She needs more protein right now, for about 6 to 8 weeks. And the easiest, cheapest way to get it into her? Eggs. Yep. Scramble a couple of eggs or hard-boil them and chop them up and give them to your girls a few times a week. Sounds funny, feeding eggs to a chicken, but it's perfect protein and she'll love it. No eggs to spare? A little scoop of sunflower seeds works, or dried mealworms. Or if you've got it, switch her over to a higher protein feed for a while. Sometimes it's called a feather fixer feed. Now here's my vet warning, and this one trips up so many kind-hearted keepers. When your girl is molting, do not spoil her with scratch grains or cracked corn. I know, those feel like a treat, like love. But that stuff is candy for chickens. It's only about 8% protein, and right now she needs the opposite. Load her up on corn, and you're actually watering down the good stuff she needs. So keep all the treats, corn, scratch, table scraps, all of it, under about 1/10 of what she eats in a day. The rest should be real feed. Okay, so now the light's good. The molt's finished, her new feathers came in shiny, and she's back to laying. But something's off with the eggs themselves. The shells are thin, chalky, rough, and this one always makes people gasp, she lays an egg with no shell at all. Just a soft, rubbery thing. So what on earth is going on there? Well, that tells me she's got a bank problem. Let me explain. Reason number 3, the calcium bank. Here's the deal. An eggshell is almost pure calcium. About 95% of it is calcium carbonate. That's just the fancy name for the same stuff chalk is made of. So every single egg she lays, she's spending calcium to build that shell. Now, if her diet doesn't have enough calcium coming in, her body does something kind of amazing and kind of sad. It starts robbing calcium out of her own bones to finish the shell. And when even that can't keep up, she just stops laying. It's her body protecting itself. Smart girl, really. So the fix here is one of the cheapest things you'll ever buy, or you can do it for free. Get a bag of crushed oyster shell. And here's the important part. You don't mix it into her feed. You put it in its own little dish, off to the side, and you let her help herself. We call that free choice. Because here's the thing, your hen knows. When her body needs calcium, she'll go eat some. When it doesn't, she'll leave it alone. She's smarter about it than we are. And if you want the completely free version, save your own eggshells, rinse them out, pop them in the oven on low for about 10 minutes just to dry them, then crush them up into a powder. There's your calcium, for nothing. But, and this is a big but, so here's my vet warning, if you feed those shells back, you have to crush them into a powder first. Really crush them. Do not throw whole, egg-shaped shells into the run, because if your girls figure out that eggshells are food, it's a tiny hop to figuring out that the fresh egg under them is food too. And once a flock starts eating their own eggs, it is a nightmare habit to break. Trust me on that one. Crush them good. And one more caution, don't go pushing loads of extra calcium onto young pullets who aren't even laying yet. Their bodies aren't ready for it, and too much can hurt their kidneys. Save the oyster shell for your laying girls. Now, here's the sneaky one. This is the reason that makes keepers pull their hair out, because you've checked the light, fine. You've handled the molt, fine. Calcium, fine. Feed's good, water's clean, she looks okay. And she's still not laying. She's just a little quiet, a little off, hiding a bit. And 9 times out of 10, when everything looks fine but something's clearly wrong, it's something you literally cannot see standing there in the daytime. Let me show you where to look. Reason number 4, the hidden freeloaders. I'm talking about mites and lice, tiny bugs, little specks, and they are living in your coop right now, feeding on your hen. But here's the trick, mostly at night. There's one especially nasty kind called the red mite. During the day, it hides in the cracks of the coop, in the corners, under the perch. You'll never spot it. Then the sun goes down, and it comes out and crawls onto your sleeping hen and drinks her blood. All night. Every night. And what does that do to her? It drains her. It stresses her out, and if it's bad enough, it makes her weak and a little anemic. That just means she's low on blood. And a hen who's stressed and weak and getting eaten alive every night is not going to waste her energy making eggs. Simple as that. This is the most missed reason of them all, because everybody's looking in the daytime, and in the daytime, there's nothing to see. So here's how you actually catch them. You go out at night, after dark, with a flashlight, quiet as you can, and you look at 2 places. Look at the skin at her back end, down under her feathers, and run your light along the underside of the perch where she sleeps. You're looking for little moving specks, tiny dots that crawl, little clumps stuck on at the base of the feathers. If you see that, there they are. That's your problem. Now here's the fix, and it's an old, cheap, natural one. Your girls already know how to handle bugs. They take dust baths, so you're going to give them a good spot for it. Find a tub or dig out a dry corner and fill it with plain dry sand and some wood ash from your fireplace. Then mix in a little food-grade diatomaceous earth. Now that's a mouthful, so let me tell you what it actually is. It's just a fine powder made from ground-up fossils, and under a microscope it's got tiny sharp edges. Totally harmless to touch, but to a soft little mite, those edges scratch it up and dry it right out. When your hen rolls around in that mix, she dusts it right where the bugs live. And that same week, you go in and strip out the old bedding, clean the coop good, get into those cracks, and put fresh bedding down. Hit the bugs and their hiding spot at the same time. But here is my most important vet warning of the whole video, so listen close. That diatomaceous earth, the DE, you do not want to breathe it. Not you, not your birds. It's a fine dust, and it can irritate the lungs. So don't go making a big cloud of it. Mix it into the sand gently, keep it in the tub, wear a mask over your face while you're mixing it, and only ever buy the one that says food grade on the bag. Never, ever the pool kind. That stuff is treated different and it's dangerous. Food grade only. And this last part matters more than anything else I've said today. Everything I've told you, the light, the protein, the calcium, the dust bath, that's all for supporting a basically healthy hen. But if your girl is really sick, if her comb's gone pale, if she's sitting puffed up in a corner, if she's lethargic, that just means dull and low energy, or she's gone off her food and won't eat. That's past a home fix, my friend. That's the day you call your vet. Natural care is wonderful for keeping a healthy hen healthy. It is not a replacement for a doctor when a bird is truly sick. Please know the difference. It could save her life. Okay, take a breath, because I just threw 4 whole things at you, and I can practically hear you going, Dr. Boone, that's a lot. So let me pull it all together in one line. Light on a timer, extra protein during the molt, oyster shell in its own dish, and a wood ash and DE dust bath for the freeloaders. That's the whole toolkit. That's everything. And if you're sitting there thinking, there's no way I'm doing all 4 of those this weekend, good. You're not supposed to. Please don't try. Here's all I want you to do. Pick the one that matches what you're seeing right now. Short days, and it's fall? Start with the light. That's your one. Feathers all over the coop? That's the molt. Get some protein into her. Thin or funny-looking shells. Oyster shell, put it out today. And if she's just plain off for no reason you can find, grab your flashlight tonight and go check for mites. One thing. This week. That's it. You do that one thing, and you're already most of the way home. And listen, here's the real truth before you go. The fact that you sat here for 14 minutes, worried about a few eggs, worried about your girls, that already tells me they've got the best keeper in the world. They're lucky to have you. Don't forget that. If this helped you today, do me one small favor and tap that like button. It sounds silly, but it genuinely tells the algorithm that this kind of natural, no-nonsense advice is worth showing to the next keeper who's standing at an empty nesting box, feeling exactly how you felt this morning. That like really does help them find us. And if you're not subscribed yet, come on and hit that subscribe button, because I've got your flock covered all year round, through every season, every molt, every winter. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, which one was it for your girls? Was it the light, the molt, the calcium, or did you go out with your flashlight and find those little freeloaders? Tell me your story. I read every single comment, and I mean that. Give your girls a little scratch and a handful of scratch grains from Dr. Emily tonight. Stay safe, trust your instincts, and I'll see you in the very next video.